Hey, what's up, everyone? This is me, Dre. Now, you know, always talking about injustices, racism. People like to talk about the incarceration rate for black people in America. There's a lot that comes into play when it comes to black people and mass incarceration because the truth is this. There are a lot more black people that are incarcerated and are held up in the prison system. But what a lot of people don't seem to realize is that with mass incarceration, ever since the war on drugs began with Richard Nixon, through Ronald Reagan, through George Bush Sr., through Bill Clinton, even some of the drug laws and things that President Obama has signed, and of course George Bush Jr. before Obama, have seen black people at the receiving end of unjust sentencing. Now, with black people in particular, and this war on drugs, or just incarceration in the prison percentage period, black people will be more severely penalized and sentenced for having an ounce of marijuana, whereas a white person can be charged with manslaughter and given a less sentence. This is the main reason why you see a higher populace of black people in the prison system, simply because of the way that the crime and justice system works. Now, with this video that I'm about to play, this is just a recording from Investigation Discovery, where two guys, a white guy and a black guy, kill a black woman. The white guy is the killer, the black guy is an accomplice. And I want you to listen to this shit and see if you can make sense of it.
In August 2006, Dooley Green is sentenced to 4 life sentences for robbery, carjacking, sexual battery, and murder. In 2007, his accomplice Victor Pestano gets 2 life terms for kidnapping and first-degree murder. He is also given 60 years for carjacking and sexual battery.
I didn't miss a day.
All right, so you hear it right there. The black guy, there's 4 charges that were brought up against him, each one a life sentence. But when you look at the crime itself, kidnapping someone is wrong. There's no way around that, so there's no justification for that. But he didn't kill the victim. The guy that you're looking at right now, the white guy, is the one that killed the victim. There are 2 charges against him. He had 2 life sentences charged. So I can understand the penalty is based on the number of charges brought against him. But the black guy to get 4 life terms for crimes in which he didn't kill, the sexual battery, but this guy right here raped the woman, killed the woman, and he gets a lesser sentence. So this is what I mean by injustice with the judicial system. I've been reading this book called The New Jim Crow Law, and it does talk about the mass incarceration and how the system is fucked up due to politics and other things, but how it's based on targeting black and brown people. And this is a prime example where you see this white guy kills a woman after raping her, and he gets 2 life terms. But the black guy, even though he's an accomplice, he gets 4 life terms charged against him. This is the bullshit that I'm talking about. So when people argue with me about how black people make up X% of the US population, but X% of the prison population, these are people that don't do their due diligence to research to see why that is. Because again, Robert Downey Jr. went to jail for using cocaine. And the sentence was light. He's one of the finest actors in Hollywood today, but he gets a pass. And then you can have Tyrone or Ray Ray or Daquan possessing a small bag of coke or crack, and they would get a much more severe sentence simply because the system is geared to target black and brown people. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge this, but this is the absolute truth, and this is one of the reasons why the system is fucked up and geared to work against people of color. Anyway, if you like this video, hope that you like, subscribe, and share it. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook. And by the way, if you think that more black people commit crimes, go ahead and watch this channel, because 95% of the stories, it's telling the tale of what white people do and the shit that they do that is evil. Anyway, peace.